right, you guys, we are going to go over 5.08 assignment today. Okay, so what we're going to do is I am going to show you this assignment on the screen so that we can go over this. First things first, before you even do this assignment, you need to go to the OLS classroom. Okay, you need to go to 5.08, scroll down here, click on 5.08, and then you need to go through lesson introduction. It talks about the world's energy. It talks about recycling. It's only one page of reading. Okay? Go just read this so that you understand exactly what it is that you are doing. Okay? So go back to 5.08. That was just the lesson introduction. And then you can go to laboratory topic review, vocabulary assignment, investigation, the world's energy. Okay. So when you go to this, there's 2 pages about the world's energy, renewable resources, non renewable resources, recycling, how you can make an impact. So, all of this is preparing you to be able to answer this questions or to write this research paper in the correct way. Okay, so now, what you would do is you would click on your 5.08 assignment, which I have already done. So I'm going to pull up our 5.08 assignment. So all we've done so far is we've gone to our OLS classroom and clicked on 5.08. Once we did that, we started going through each of these units right here just to get the information from each of these units. Now, let's go to our assignment. So when you open up the 5.08 assignment, okay, this is what you get. When you open up the 5.08 assignment, this is what you get. So, your assignment is the world's energy exploration. Goes along with everything 5.08 was talking about. Now, the amount of energy, all I'm doing is reading this, the amount of energy available in the form of non renewable resources is finite. You can personally make a difference in making sure that the world continues to have enough energy to supply electricity to anyone who needs it. Today's assignment is an opportunity to do research into ways that you can make an impact. So, what you're researching is you can personally make a difference in making sure that the world continues to have enough energy to supply electricity to who needs it. That's what you are researching. In what way can you make a difference? Okay. Now, you've got to look up non renewable resources. We will talk about these in class today, but you've got to look up non renewable resources and renewable resources. Okay. So, this is what your research will focus on in creating a plan that you want to present to one of the following. So, what you're going to do is you're going to create this idea, create this plan on what you can do to help make a difference, ensuring that the world has enough energy to supply electricity to everyone who does it. Now, clearly, this is not something that you're going to be able to go out and do unless you just want to put your mind to it. So, you've got to use your brain. You've got to be imaginative, okay? You will present this to the following: your family, a club or team that you are a part of, or a community organization like your school or church, okay? So, a lot of people have messaged me and said, Miss Miller, what do we write about? Miss Miller, what do we research? I don't understand this assignment. Here is your assignment details right here. These are your assignment details. The purpose of your plan, the purpose of your paper, the purpose of your research is to see the world's energy last a long time. There are a couple of categories to consider, such as different ways to do the following things. So, what we're looking at is how can we make an impact on making the world's energy last? A, use renewable resources. Example, adding solar panels to a building. Okay. Conserve energy. Example, reducing the amount of electricity used. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. Example, planning a recycling drive. D, add green spaces. Example, growing vegetables in a garden. Okay, green spaces would be planting of some sort, planting things of some sort. Okay, so the purpose of your plan is to see the world's energy last a long time. So if you're researching things, the first thing you could write is, how can I help make the world's energy last a long time? What are renewable resources or non renewable resources that I can use to make energy? Okay. All of these things are things that you can Google and search. You cannot do this assignment without doing research. You cannot do this assignment without doing research. So you have to Google topics. These are just some topics that you can Google. Your first question would be, what can I do to help the world's energy last a long time? What are activities that I can do to help the world's energy last a long time? So now let's look at the research information. So this is what your paper is about. This right here is what your paper is about. Okay. Now you need to find three websites related to your idea. So in order for you to write this paper, you have to find three websites that help you with this idea. All right. Now look for other individuals or groups that have accomplished a similar goal. If you see during your research that another group has accomplished this, or someone has wrote a story on this, you can use that as part of your research as one of your websites. Once you have found your three websites, answer the following questions. Okay. So once you have found your three websites, this is what you use to write your paper. This is what you use to write your paper. What project do you want to propose and why do you want to participate? I want to plant a garden in my backyard to provide more green space and more food for people to eat. There you go. There's an example answer. Obviously, you're not writing that answer. There's an example answer. What are the three websites you found that helped you choose a project and or described other people doing similar projects? This right here is where you're just going to write these three websites that you found. Okay? After reading their stories and thinking about your own ideas, describe your idea for the project. Think of your answers as your presentation of your idea to your group. Make sure to tell them what you want to accomplish and why it's important. Make sure in your answer you are telling them what you want to accomplish and why it is important. So under here, what you're writing, under number 3, what you're writing is what you want to accomplish and why is it important. Now listen, if you want to go through and write this, you can put the answer to number 1 and then go down, press enter and start typing the answer. I want to build a garden in my backyard so that I can have food to feed my family. Okay, blah, blah, blah. You're going to write it in a paragraph form. You're going to write it on an 8th grade level in a paragraph form. But what I'm telling you is if you want to go under each number, so copy and paste this to a web document. To a Word document, and you want to go under each number and write your paragraph answering that number's question, that's totally fine. Okay? So let's go on to number 4. In your research, find a difficulty that others face that you might need to consider. Explain the issue and how it might impact your plan. So what did somebody run across? When you found someone who accomplished this task, what did they run across and how are you going to avoid that? Okay? 5, choose one story from your research that you found most inspiring. Share a quote and explain why this was meaningful. So in your research, what you're doing is you are going to find ideas that people have already done on ways that we can conserve the world's energy. Okay? How can we conserve the world's energy? That's what you are writing this whole entire assignment on. Now, the assignment is laid out for you right here. The assignment is laid out for you right here. These 5 questions are the questions you are going to answer to complete this assignment. Okay? Now, first off, you've got to find the ideas. You've got to find the stories. Well, this right here tells you how to find the ideas and how to find the stories. Okay? Now, we are going to talk about this in class also. But I am going to post this video and email it out so that as you are going and doing this assignment, you will have your answers to this assignment right here in this video. So good luck. Do it well. I will have a rubric that I will be following. So you can check that rubric out on your content after I make it, which will be done today. If you have any questions, of course, you can email me or call the school and I will call you back. Okay? Happy researching, and I hope you do your best.